everyone. Welcome back. I am Dr. Steve, and welcome to Know Your Rights. Just before the break, we were actually showing a video, and I'm going to put this back up real quick to show you where this ends. This police officer is essentially looking for any reason whatsoever to arrest this guy because he's failing to identify himself when he's broken no law for simply taking pictures from a public space. One of the things I didn't stop and comment on was when this police officer actually said, and this is where the double standard is here, folks. He's like, well, if you got nothing to hide, why do you have a problem giving me your ID? Well, if you guys have nothing to hide, why do you have a problem with us taking pictures of this facility? Okay, which, by the way, you've sat and wasted 25 minutes that you could be doing paperwork or something else that we pay you to do. Okay, rather than bothering this man for 25 minutes just trying to find anything you can to arrest him on.
You too.
And here's where it comes to the end. He's realized now, I can't do anything to this guy. I can't arrest him on nothing.
Okay. Mind if I get a better picture of you instead of the sun in the background? Take all the pictures you want. We're in public. Have a good day. You too. Be safe in there.
So, there you have it, folks. I got to tell you, I get angry the more and more I see things like this. And again, this isn't about, and I know some of you are going to say the guy's a jerk. He's just trying to antagonize the police. No, that's not what he's doing. And just to let everybody in on all this, David is retired military. He's former federal law enforcement, okay? He's just making sure your rights are protected. Because this is where it starts, okay? Tomorrow, you could be out trying to take a picture of the Burger King, and you get arrested because guys like him are not standing up for your rights. Which, by the way, I want everyone to know that because of these First Amendment audits, has literally forced the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeals, specifically the Fifth Circuit, which covers Texas and a couple other states, to actually change and modify the way that the law reads to make sure that your rights are protected. Now, I wish I could I'll try to find the clip of the audio of a Fifth Circuit ruling, and I'm going to paraphrase here. As they're trying to prosecute another individual by the name of Philip Turner. For failing to identify himself, and this is actually a hearing where they arrested him, even though they claim they didn't arrest him. They threw him in the back of a police car in Texas with the windows up and literally told the guy that if you're not going to identify yourself, then guess what? We're going to put you in the patrol car and we're going to make you sweat. That is just completely unacceptable in so many ways. So there was literally a Fifth Circuit hearing on this, and whoever was prosecuting the case, the judge is asking him, what probable cause do they have here to arrest him? And the prosecutor literally continues to go back saying, well, 3802, Your Honor, if failing to identify yourself is actual reason for a police officer in the state of Texas to be able to legally detain somebody. We could have even gotten a fingerprint scanner or a drug dog. No, none of those things apply. So anyway, to get to the gist of it, the judge finally says to the prosecutor, he's like, so you're going to tell me that Texans can be detained for standing in a public space for failing to identify themselves, which the law says they do not have to do. That's completely absurd. And, hats off to that judge. He's absolutely right. You know, folks, if you don't continue to stand up for your rights, you lose them. And once you lose them, they're pretty damn hard to get back. And, you know, I applaud News Now Houston. I'm going to post a link to his YouTube page in the description. I'm actually going to post this radio show up on YouTube, so I'll post that in the descriptions for everybody to see. I would encourage you to look at some more of his videos. I'm going to reach out to David. I'm going to try to get him on the show. I want to interview him, and I want you to ask him the questions that you want to ask. In fact, I would like for you on my video to ask me the questions that you want me to ask him. He'll be more than happy to answer them because he doesn't have anything to hide. He doesn't hide the fact of what he's doing. Now, I know that none of you actually saw a picture of the guy, but, you know, he walks around with an orange vest on. He's in plain view, in broad daylight, in an orange vest. He couldn't be more noticeable if he tried. But, you know, I got to tell you, I'm so sick of hearing this, you know, in this day and age with terrorists and whatnot. Here's a little bit of statistics for you folks. You're actually 9 times more likely to be killed by law enforcement than you are a terrorist. So I don't want to hear this day and age stuff. And I also want everybody else to know. And those of my friends that know me, you know, Mac, we have these debates all the time. So a special shout out to Mac. I am not anti-cop. I'm anti-bad cop. Always have been. There are a lot of good police officers out there. But the bad ones are putting the good ones in harm's way. And you know what? That pisses me off. If you're going to be a police officer and enforce the law, then uphold the law and protect the rights of the citizens that you're being paid to protect. That isn't too much to ask. But I got to tell you, some of these police officers, it's like they get on this power trip and they don't care about the law, just like the politicians don't care about the law. So if law enforcement and politicians are not going to care about the law, who is? So, yeah, I'm going to continue to stand up and fight for your rights, just like I have been doing for over a decade. And if you don't like it, don't listen to my show. If you don't want the truth from me, don't ask, because I'm going to give it to you straight, and I don't care if it hurts your feelings. You don't have a right not to be offended. But if you're going to hide from the truth, then I can't help you. So anyway, folks, this has been it's been fun being back for my first show. Obviously, the Christmas holidays, or the holidays in general. I probably offended somebody because I said Christmas. The holidays are coming up. I will probably do a couple of extra shows because I'm going to have a little bit of extra time. And my next show, you know what? I'm just going to leave that a surprise. We'll see where that goes. Maybe I can get David from News Now Houston on the show, maybe even take some of your questions. But I would encourage all of you to post your questions in the description of this. I'll make sure I get them to David. I'll even get David to respond on the page and answer some of those questions. And we'll also get him live to do it as well. So anyway, if I don't get to hear from you before the holidays, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. I am your host, Dr. Steve, and you've been listening to Know Your Rights. Take care. God bless. Protect the Republic.